Hey guys, Donny Bass here. Just want to give you guys a little rundown on the Roland Martin Center tournament we just had over the weekend. Me and my partner won it. We had a good bag of fish both days. Fishing was pretty tough for most guys out there, and it was really tough for us. The bites were slow, but when we got a bite, it was a real good bite. So I'm gonna give you a little breakdown of kind of what I was using and what we were doing as far as where the fish were and stuff, and give you a little rundown. I'm gonna start out a little bit with just my equipment real quick. We basically did two things again. First thing in the morning, we were doing some casting. As the sun came up a little, we basically started just pitching some isolated stuff and all, and some outside hydrilla and a little bit of cattails and round reeds. But one setup was just a Revo rocket with a Dobbin 765 flipping stick, 65-pound braid, pretty standard for Okeechobee. 3/4 ounce weight with a half ounce or a 3/0 flipping hook, and I was flipping a Gambler ugly otter. Pretty much anything kind of isolated, or anything isolated stalks or anything, or like any holes in anywhere. The water just come up on Okeechobee like two feet probably in the last 2 months or so. So I think the fish are just starting to finally filter in, and we basically just cut them off, and we had just fish coming to us the whole time. We found them in practice, and so that was one setup, just a flipping stick, basically a 765 flipping stick with a 3/4 ounce weight. And then in the mornings, we first we had a couple spots. We wanted to try to hit them fast and hit them early. We had 2 spots we wanted to hit, and I was using a Dobbin 736, a little shorter rod. It's kind of still a stiffer rod because Okeechobee, it's still, you're fishing a lot of grass and pads, and I'm using a Gambler 6/0 Big Easy hook with a Gambler Big Easy. Most guys that know me, I throw all Copperfield. I don't care if it's morning, daylight, or what. I'm a big Copperfield kind of guy. I think it imitates shad, bluegill. It does it all. It's more of a reaction bite for the big ones. But so that's my 2 setups. Like I said, we were fishing mainly outside lines. We had fish coming to us. The water's been coming up, and the fish just are starting. It's the 1st of October, so the fish started coming in, and we had we had a game plan going in. It was kind of crazy. We had a pretty good 2 days of practice, and it's kind of crazy to have a game plan. And we basically, our best spot we didn't even go to on the first day, which is really crazy. We had a couple good spots, but we didn't think anybody would be there. So we kind of rolled the dice. We knew it was a big tournament with big money on the line. We want to try to manage our fish well. We went to our first spot or two, and it all just worked out. I mean, everything came together. We didn't have to hit our primary area, and day 2 we ran to our second area, and right away, we caught a couple good fish, and we just kind of grinded it out. Like I said, we had 5 or 6 good bites a day, and the real key was just we fished clean. I mean, we didn't miss a fish, and that's huge on the difference between winning and losing so many times. But anyways, I just like I said, I want to give you guys a little rundown, and I want to thank Roland Martin Marina for putting on a great trail, great payout. I got tons of sponsors too. I like to thank number one, I was a Gambler. Gambler baits in Florida is always anywhere really, but they're starting to grow. They got a lot of new baits coming out for offshore stuff, all kind of drop shot stuff, and I even heard they're coming out with a big swim bait, for all the northern guys, so which I'm kind of interested in getting my hands on here soon too. But I got Lowrance and Dobbin rods and Mercury, and tons of sponsors just back me. Bass Addiction gear. Actually, my weight here is a new Bass Addiction gear weight. It's a 3/4. I just got on with them a few months ago. They got a no chipping, no fading. They basically, the process they do on their weights is, I use the same weight for 4 days in a row, and it looks the same. Actually, the same weight. It looks the same as it did on day 1. But check them guys out. But other than that, that's pretty much a rundown, guys, and look forward to a couple of weeks. We got a Gambler free tournament coming up too, so I look forward to maybe winning a few more bucks. So see you guys.